Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 1st of March, comes to you from a very cold London. And the dollar continues to rise, just trending up from its jump yesterday, so looking good short term. And of course, that means lower moves the euro. And against the Japanese yen, we're seeing the dollar increasing, but it's still remaining bearish in the short term there. Sterling actually sinking very much lower against the dollar, so really seeing a sell-off there over the last couple of days. Downside target to 136, that's still about 1% away. So that dollar strength, sterling weakness really showing through, and we're seeing the euro, sterling against the euro really falling away as well. So euro weakness there too. Against the Swiss franc, we're seeing sterling heading lower. And against the Australian dollar, it's fairly flat. So Australian dollar is falling there as well. Bitcoin holding the $10,000 level, so still looking pretty good in the short term. We've got an upside target of about 0.5%. This is the one to really activate. If we can move above this sort of 10,600 level, we'd activate another 20% upside on the medium term chart. US market fell quite heavily yesterday, down 1% on the S&P, 1.1%, and the Dow was down 1.5%. So we're just seeing really, and the Nasdaq also just heading off. So we're seeing most of the US markets just really struggling in recovery. We do see on the futures this morning, we've got the Nasdaq E-mini up about 1/3%, but it's too early to say whether the US market will open higher. FTSE not yet open this morning, but it closed down 2/3% yesterday and still looking pretty vulnerable for a fall back below the cloud. Just UK market looking very weak compared to the US recovery at the moment. And the FTSE mid-cap 250 was also down nearly 1%. The Xetra DAX, the German market, was also down nearly 0.5% yesterday, so we are just seeing that fall across the board really. Tokyo down 1.5% overnight on the 400 index, so we're seeing here really the signs that we are crossing through the cloud on the medium term now. Hang Seng was actually up, and the Chinese market, the local market, was also up. So these markets holding up a little bit better. The Sensex down very slightly, and the Australian market down just over 2/3%. Brent crude this morning is up about 1/4%, and so is WTI, but still bearish on the trends there. So not looking great there. US nat gas just holding this 260 level, 267, so still in bullish territory there, but in the doldrums in the medium and long term. Gold falling further this morning on that stronger dollar, down $1,313. We've got these downside targets, so we've gone into a bearish short-term trend, pulling back. So we are seeing gold just pulling back in the short term, but still looking bullish in the medium to long term. Silver similarly just making new lows there. US Treasury yields, the main feature in the market at the moment, just sitting at 2.86%, so just slowing down a little bit from the rise that we've seen recently. So looking at some of the stocks, US tech did reasonably well with Apple and Amazon holding up. Apple was making new all-time highs at one point yesterday, but just couldn't hold on to the gains. Amazon also just holding its strength. Google down 1.2%, so we're seeing that fall there. Facebook also down, and then if we look at Microsoft, we see Microsoft was also just down about 0.5%, just struggling to hold on to its trend. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.